Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Warrenton Sports Network. I'm Keith Brown, and we're coming to you live from Warrenton High School for the long-awaited home opener of the Warrenton Warriors girls soccer team. Tonight also marks the season opener for the visiting Vertias Christian Academy. Eagles, setting the stage for an early test for both squads. Last year, the Warriors finished with a record of 3-15, while the Eagles wrapped up their campaign at 7-14. These two teams met once a season ago, with Warrenton earning a 3-1 victory. But historically, Vertias holds the edge, leading the all-time series 5-2. So there's a little history, a little pride, and a whole lot of opportunity on the line tonight. For Warrenton, one of the biggest challenges this season will be depth. With only 16 players on the roster, Coach Nenninger knows her team won't have the luxury of constant substitutions. So conditioning, discipline, and smart rotations will be critical as this young group grows throughout the year. Fortunately, the Warriors have strong leadership at the top. With seniors captains Emma Duncan in midfield, Autumn Hurd anchoring the backline, and Alyssa Adams, they all bring experience and stability to a roster full of developing talent. And keep an eye on sophomore Emery Martinez, the team's leading returning scorer. She notched 2 goals and 9 assists last season and will be a key playmaker again this season. On the other side, Coach Hardwick's Eagles return several proven scoring threats. Greer Vicker leads the way after an 8-goal, 3-assist season, while Natalie Ficklin adds another dangerous option with 7 goals and 4 assists. And don't forget Autumn Huey and Caroline Wagner, who each found the net 5 times last year. And then Audie Morrell will be the goalkeeper for the Vertias Christian Academy Eagles. She had a save percentage of 88% last year. So Vertias brings firepower, and they'll test this Warrior defense early and often. For the Warriors, they'll start freshman Keelan Madison in goal. So we've got a lot to look forward to this season. And kickoff are just moments away. It's the Warriors and the Eagles, the home opener and the season opener, and we're just moments away from kickoff. Stay with us. This should be a fun one. On the court, it's all about strategy, precision, and execution. Off the court, same rules apply. At Surveyant Heating and Air Conditioning, we bring our A game to every home and business with custom solutions, expert installs, and a reputation for getting it right the first time. We're your home court advantage for year-round comfort. Trusted across Warren County, we've got you covered. Home, business, or new construction. Surveyant Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort wins every time. On game day, it's all about teamwork, trust, and heart. At Main Street Real Estate, we bring that same spirit to every home journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, our hometown team is with you every step of the way. We believe real estate isn't just a transaction, it's a life-changing experience. That's why we stay in constant communication, deliver expert guidance, and work relentlessly to help you reach your goals. Main Street Real Estate, your home team from game day to closing day, proudly supporting Warrenton athletics and our community. Champions aren't only made on the field or the court. At the Missouri Bank, we bring that same winning spirit to your finances. Since 1939, we've been an industry leader in community banking, combining cutting-edge technology with the hometown integrity Warren County Trust. As a valued member of our financial family, your goals come first. From fast, local loan decisions, often the same day, to online banking that lets you take care of business anytime, anywhere. We tailor our services for individuals and businesses alike. Big bank products, small town service, honest, loyal, and committed to protecting your financial future. The Missouri Bank, rooted in community, ready for tomorrow. Looking for your dream home or the perfect rental? Discover it with Hunter's Sake Investments. From charming townhomes to spacious single-family homes, we offer quality living in Warrenton and Montgomery County. Need commercial space? We've got retail and warehouse options in Jonesburg, plus the Jonesburg Party Center, ideal for showers, graduations, and more. Family owned, locally rooted, and built on trust. We treat your home like our own. Call Hunter's Sake Investments today, and let's build your future together. Hunter's Sake Investments, where Missouri finds home. For nearly 80 years, one name has kept Warrenton and Montgomery County comfortable. Schreier Heating and Air Conditioning. From Omar Schreier's first furnaces in 1946 to today's cutting-edge Daikin systems, one thing has never changed: family taking care of family. What started with one truck and a few hundred neighbors has grown into generations of local folks serving dozens of Missouri communities with the same heart, the same pride, and the same commitment to treating your home like our own. Whether it's heat, air, or total home comfort, Schreier Heating and Air Conditioning is here for you. Because around here, comfort means community. Call Schreier Heating and Air Conditioning today. It's just how we do things around here. All right, the players have taken the pitch. Referees have checked the lineups, and we're just moments away from the opening kickoff. Warrenton versus Vertias. We're underway. Martinez with the ball. Warriors go to the right side. Horn dribbles down the right side. Intercepted there by Vertias Ficklin. They reverse the field, go to the right side. And ball is kicked out of bounds. Out of play. Warrenton will throw it in on the far sideline. Vertias comes up with the ball, working down the right sideline. They're right. Vertias working right to left on your screen, wearing the white and turquoise uniforms. The big red wearing their solid red uniforms. They inbound it, intercepted by Vertias. Warrenton kicks it down the field. Vertias controls it. They work towards midfield now. A through ball. Speedy Vertias player Widener comes up with it. Centers it. Oh, and Madison is there for the big red to stop that threat. Madison booms the ball down the field. Martinez comes up with it. Warriors working up on the right side. Intercepted there by Kofelt for the Eagles, and she kicks it out of bounds. Warriors throw it in, get it into Martinez, and goes off of her and out of bounds, out of play. Kofelt, the sophomore, throw it inbounds. Gets it into Ficklin. Intercepted there by the big red. Allison Perry doing a good job pressing there on defense for the Warriors. Ficklin with the ball, dribbles back towards the middle for the Eagles. She's marked by Peria. Eagles come up the left side. Through ball once again. And they're going to call them offsides. Caroline Wagner's a speedy player. Warriors got to be wary of her. That's 2 times now they've done a through ball. Excellent penetrating passes by the Eagles, and she's gotten behind the Warrior defense. So Alyssa Adams will have the free kick, senior defensive player for the Warriors. Tries to get it to Martinez. Horn picks it up, goes off a Horn. No, actually it goes off a Kofelt. No, they're going to say it went off a Horn, and Kofelt will have the inbounds duty for the Eagles. Home opener for both teams. Last year, Warrenton won 3-1. Vertias leads the all-time series 5-2. Warriors intercept that. Harper Smith gets it down the field. Vertias is there to once again to steal that pass and kicked it out of bounds. Harper Smith will leave it for Vertias. I'm actually going to say it went off a Warrior player. So Vertias will have the free kick. Get it in. Both teams are battling on the far sidelines, keep on kicking it out of play, struggling to keep the ball in play. Penetrating pass there by the Warriors. Big Red flipped the field. Vertias tried to kick it back to the goalie. Martinez intercepts it. She shot on goal, was stopped by a Vertias defender. Great play there from the Vertias defender because that goal was wide open for Martinez. She led the Big Red in scoring last season. As a returning starter, I should say. Another through ball. And that goes out the end line. So Keelan Madison, the goalie, freshman goalie for the Warriors, will have the free kick here. A little line drive hopper up the left side. Peria on the left sideline. Centers one, but Vertias is there to intercept it. That's Ficklin. That's intercepted by the Warriors. Big Red going the other way. Martinez is trying to hustle to get it before it goes out of play. She does. She stops it. Rotates it back towards Adams. Adams tries to get it up to Martinez and Horn. Martinez dribbles past one defender. Shot! Oh! A nice shot on goal there by Martinez. And was stopped by Eddie Morrell. What a fantastic shot there. Even a better save by Morrell. We'll go to the instant replay and watch that right now. So the Warriors had a wonderful opportunity to score there. Martinez put a line drive shot, upper right-hand corner of the net. Morrell got her left hand on it, and it went over the top of the goal. So Martinez now with the corner kick to the right of the goal. Vertias intercepts it and tried to clear it, but the Big Red was able to stop it. That was Adams. Now here comes Vertias up the field. Ball goes off of Warrior player. Vertias will have an inbounds on the near sidelines. They get it into Ficklin. Intercepted there by Rose Dodson. Ficklin battles back and takes it again. Battle for the loose ball. Ficklin comes up with it. And scooped up and saved by Madison. Ball goes out of play on the far sidelines. Vertias will have the throw-in out of bounds on the far sideline. Stolen there by the Big Red. Past midfield now. That's Emma Duncan. And off a Vertias player out of play on the far sidelines. Harper Smith will trigger the inbounds pass for the Big Red as they flip the field here. Kirsting with the ball. Taken away by the Eagles. Headed towards midfield. That's Vickers. And that's taken away by Dodson for the Warriors. Over to Martinez. She gives it over to Horn. Ball goes out of play. And they're going to give the ball to the Big Red. Alyssa Adams will have the inbounds duties. Overhead toss. Goes to Duncan. Back to Adams. Back to Duncan. Taken away by the Eagles. Hurd comes up and kicks a through ball. And it goes all the way down to Morrell. The goalie scoops it up. Morell's a sophomore goalkeeper. She had a save percentage of 88% last season. She gives that a boot. Warriors are there to take it and intercept it, though, and they're going right back again at Vertias. Then Ficklin promptly steals it, kicks a through ball. Both teams are on their horses trying to get to it. It goes out of play on the far sidelines. That's where the Warriors will inbound it. Harper Smith will do that. She throws it and goes off of a Eagles player, once again out of play. Tries it once again. This time it goes off of a Warrior player out of play. Eagles with 2 substitutions. They bring in Leah Thomas and a number 10, and I don't have a number 10, so I apologize on my roster. But Leah Thomas is a freshman for Vertias. Ficklin down, dribbles towards the middle, kicks a through ball. Shot on goal there by the Eagles. Nice save. That was Caroline Wagner with the shot on goal. Saved by the Warriors. Keelan Madison with the save. She kicks it up. Eagles intercept it. Ficklin over to Kofelt. They center it right near midfield. Try to get the ball once again to Wagner, the speedy Wagner who had 5 goals last season, but it goes out of play. Adams quickly tries to get to Martinez. Kofelt's there. She gives it over to Ficklin. Ficklin dribbles around, gets it up to Wagner on the left side. The ball goes out of play off the big red. Kovelt will throw it in. She gets it into Vickers. Vickers kicks it off a big red player. Ball goes out of play. Kofelt gets it in. Eagles going right to left. Ficklin crosses it. Taken there by the big red. That's Peria going the other way. Both teams jousting for the ball. Eagles come up with it. And then stopped by Autumn Hurd. She tries to get it to Martinez in the middle of the field. Armsmeyer is there for the Eagles. Big Red once again on the attack on the far side. That's Kirsting. Kicks it off of Ficklin. Ball goes out of play. Into the game for the Big Red. Maddie Hayes, a defensive player. She's a senior. Checks in for the Big Red. Warriors get the ball in play. And the Eagles intercepted. Vickers going the other way for the Eagles. He's got a head of steam. Warriors doing a good job with the bracket defense. Slow her down right near midfield. And she does a penetrating pass over to Wagner. Big Red intercepted. Good defense there by the Warriors. Dotson gets it over on the near sideline. Goes off of Horn, out of play. Kofelt will inbounds for the Eagles. Gets it over to Kirsting. And stolen by the Warriors. Ficklin now dribbles to the center of the field. Warriors intercept once again. Warrior defense really bowing their neck. Anytime the Veritas gets the ball deep into Warrior territory, it's immediately stolen by the Big Red, and they're usually headed the other way. Looked like Vickers got knocked down by the Warriors. Referee's going to award the Eagles a free kick. So Greer Vickers, who had 8 goals and 3 assists last season, the sophomore, will do the free kick for the Eagles. She gets it through to Ficklin. Ficklin's got a breakaway, and she puts the biscuit in the basket. The Eagles are on the board first. So give Vickers the assist, Ficklin the goal. And we'll see if we can't bring that up on a replay for you. So Vertias Academy leads 1-0 here. Warriors trying to get a ball back. They've got a free kick of their own now. Martinez will take the free kick for the Big Red. Centers one. Peria hustles to the far sideline, but so does an Eagles player, and they intercept it, and they're going the other way. Dribble it back over towards Vickers. Another through ball to Wagner on the left side. Gets it back to Vickers. And they're going to award the Warriors a free kick there. That's going to be handled by Autumn Hurd, the senior defensiveman. Hurd puts the left foot into it, gets it up to Martinez past midfield. Eagles intercepted. Vickers is going the other way. She's got a breakaway. It's 2-on-1 for the Eagles. Shot on goal, and Vickers puts that one in the back of the net. So Vickers has got an assist and a goal now. And Vertias leads 2-0. Here's a replay of that goal. Vertias gets the ball back to their goalie. They're going to come up the left sidelines over to Autumn Huey. Kofeld kicks it off of Martinez out of play. She'll have the throw-in duties for the Eagles. Gets it into Vickers. Warriors try to intercept it and goes off of Vickers out of bounds. Adams will inbound it for the Warriors. Just past midfield. Big Red trail 2-0. Vickers intercepts it. Kicks it towards midfield. Intercepted there by the Warriors. And then stolen by the Eagles. Huey going down the left sideline. Adams does a good job knocking her out of play and the ball out of play. Stop that little rush there from Vertias. Gives the defense a little chance to get back and get set up. And the Big Red intercepted, but Ficklin comes back and takes it back for the Eagles. And to get a through ball to Brooklyn Sawyer. Sewer. And they're going to say it's offsides. Hurd will do the kicking for the Warriors. The lefty lines it up, waits for her players to get into position, and gives it a nice little boot. Well, pinball action. Warriors come up with it. Rose Dotson goes to the near side, and the ball goes out of play. Samantha Kofelt, the sophomore, will inbound it. Ficklin reverses the ball on the dribble. Eagles kick it up towards midfield, but it's taken back there by Horn. Excuse me, that is Duncan. Emma Duncan going the other way now. Stops at the sideline, and so it goes ahead and goes. A little hesitation dribble. Tries to center it, but taken away by the Eagles. Warriors hustle back. That's Dotson. She steadies the ball. Kicks it off an Eagle player, goes out of bounds on the far sidelines. Big Red throw it in play. And it promptly goes off of a player out of play, so the Eagles will take over possession. Overhead pass in play. Dotson comes up for the Big Red, kicks it through. Perry is close by, but she can't get there quite in time. And the Eagles player kicks it out of play. Looks like it went off of Perry, so the Eagles will keep possession. Little bounce pass there over to Ficklin, and she gives it a big boot trying to flip the field. Hurd's there to kick it, and the ball goes out of play. Good job by Autumn Hurd to get on her horse and rush back and get that ball before the sprinting Eagle player could get it and go on the attack. Another bounce pass this time to Ficklin. Eagles reverse the ball, go to the left side of the field. Kofelt tries to do a penetrating through pass, but that's going to be scooped up by Keelan Madison, the freshman goalie. She gets the ball out quickly, up ahead to Peria. And the ball's taken over by Ficklin. She tries to get a through ball, but Warriors are there to stop it once again. Vickers intercepts it. Had a chance to do some attacking, but Dodson comes up with the ball for the Big Red. Now over to Melagard. Ficklin studies it for the Eagles. Reverses the ball back to Kofelt. Kofelt goes back to the goalie, Morrell. She goes up to the left side to Kofelt. Passes it over to Ficklin. Intercepted there by Adams for the Big Red. She gives it ahead to Martinez. But the Eagles intercept it. That was Arnsmeyer. And a long shot on goal. Comes up right to the goalie. Addie Morrell comes up with the save. She gives it a one-arm sling towards up midfield up to Vickers. Nice little pass. Vickers through ball. Huey on her horse. Gets it before it goes out of play. Steadies the ball. Reverses it back to Vickers. Vickers over to Ficklin. Passes it to Kofelt. She gives it a pass up field. And that's Soar. Taken away. And Vickers is there to stop it. Brooklyn Sewer. Back to Vickers. Vickers puts a shot on goal. One hopper to Madison, who scoops it up and stops that attack. Madison Gill pooch punt up the field. Over to Melagard. Ball pinballs around a little bit. Adams comes up with it for the Big Red. Her pass is intercepted there by Huey. Gets it over to Ficklin, who's knocked down. Referee blows whistle. They're going to give a free kick right there to the Eagles. 16 minutes left to go here in the first. Eagles lead 2-0. Greer Vickers will do the free kick duty. She's already got 1 assist and a goal in today's game. She's been a big part of the Eagles' offense. She does a looping kick in there, and Madison scoops it up before the Eagles can do any more damage. Good job there by the freshman Keelan Madison for the Warriors. Kicks it ahead up to Peria. Ball gets by her, and it's intercepted there by Libby Pills. And she goes out of bounds under the pressure of Peria. The Warriors get the ball in play back to Peria. Pills intercepts it. Dotson gets it to the near side for the Big Red, and it's kicked out of play by the Eagles' Kofelt. Adams will throw it in play. Gets it over to Mellegard. Then the Eagles kick a through ball. Sewer is tripped from behind by Adams, but the referee says no play, no foul, keep on playing. Huey intercepts it for the Eagles. He spins to the left, now back to the right, and kicks it out of play. Substitutions into the game for the Eagles: Ashley Boschia, Noelle Ficklin, and Tegan Ryan check in. Kofelt inbounds it to Ryan. She's immediately pressured. Warriors intercept it, but the ball gets kicked forward and then out of play off of Martinez. So Kofelt will inbound it for the Eagles. She floats one in to Ficklin. She reverses the ball back. Thomas now back to Ficklin. She dribbles back towards midfield. Intercepted there by the Warriors' Duncan. She goes to the near sidelines, over to Kirsting. Eagles intercepted, but it goes right back to the Warriors. Kirsting now on the right sideline. Her pass is intercepted by Kofelt, who kicks it out of play. They're going to give the ball to the Eagles. Kofelt bounces one in to Ryan. Dotson takes it away from her. Ball goes out of play once again. Kofelt floats one in and goes off of Alyssa Adams. We'll do it all over again. Kofelt throws more of a penetrating pass. It gets past Huey. Adams is going to let it go out of bounds on the near sidelines. Picks it up. Overhead toss, floats one in. Huey intercepts it. Huey has the ball now for the Eagles. Get it to the middle of the field. Try a through pass. And it's going to go out at the end line. So Keelan Madison, the freshman goalie for the Big Red, will handle the free kick here. Warriors trail 2-0 with 12 minutes left to go in the first. Big Red go up the left sideline, and then Eagles kick it out of play. Harper Smith throws it into play for the Big Red. Fight for the ball on the far sidelines. Goes off of Vertias. Smith gets it in play one more time. Once again, off of Vertias. This time, Warriors get the ball up towards midfield, where Ficklin intercepts it for the Eagles. Eagles with a little give and go on the far sideline. Harper Smith's there to kind of put a kibosh on that. Eagles reverse the ball back to Ficklin. Try to go up the left sideline. Perry is there for the Warriors. Ficklin spins, goes back towards the middle of the field, and kicks it to the left side over to Tegan Ryan, who's got through the defense. Right-footed shot on goal is no good. Madison scoops it up and stops that threat. So Keelan Madison's made 3 good saves here in the first half for the Warriors. The through ball to Ryan, but ball gets through by her as well. Madison's going to pick it up. Looks like the referee on the far sideline says it was offsides. Warriors with the free kick. That's going to be Autumn Hurd. She gives way to Harper Smith. And Ficklin intercepts that. Huey on the near sideline stops it before it goes out of play. Looks to reverse the ball. Gets it over to Ryan. Warriors, Emma Duncan comes in and steals it from Ryan. Tries to get it to Martinez, but the Eagles intercept that. Ficklin works the ball back over to Kofelt. Adams puts the kibosh on that. Adams over to Peria, intercepted by the Eagles. Eagles try to go up the left sidelines, but they kick it out of play. That was Adams with the inbounds. Stolen there by Ficklin. I'm sorry, Libby Pills. And ball is kicked out of play. Substitutions for the Eagles. Caroline Wagner checks back in, and Zoe Crean, the junior, checks into the ball game. Eagles with a much deeper bench tonight. Warriors have only had 1 substitution so far. Fatigue could be a factor here late in the half. Wagner working on the left sideline. Stolen there nicely by Emma Duncan. She kicks it off the Eagle player and it goes out of play. Adams will enter bounds. Her overhead toss up to Duncan. She heads it, kicks it high, and then gathered up and taken the other way by Ficklin. Stolen there by Harper Smith. Over to Duncan now. Duncan goes up the right sideline to Kirsting. Kirsting battles for the ball. They're going to say it went off the Eagles player. Kirsting will have the throw in. She tries to get it into Peria. Intercepted by the Eagles. Kirsting gets it back, tries again, once again to get it to Peria. Ficklin's there to intercept it, headed the other way for the Eagles. And kicked out of play there by Alyssa Adams. Eagles inbound it on a little bouncer to Ficklin. Centering pass intercepted by Duncan. She kicks the through pass intended for Peria. Eagles are there to stop it. It's Arnsmeyer, and she kicks it out of play. Adams will have the throw-in. Warriors on the attack here. Deep in Eagle territory. They throw it in. Ficklin intercepts it, heads it the other way. That's Ryan dribbling up. Goes to the right side now. Towards the middle, towards Pills. Duncan now with the ball for the Warriors. Gets it up to Martinez. She's the leading returning scorer for this year's team. And she is double-teamed on the far sideline. Eagles steal the ball, coming up the far sideline now, goes off a Warrior player. 5 minutes left to go. Just under 6 minutes left to go here in the first. Eagles are going to toss it in on a bounce. Stolen there by the Big Red. Get it up to Martinez on the far sidelines. She's bumped. And ball is kicked out of play by the Eagles. Warriors once again deep in Vertias territory. Harper Smith has the inbound duties for the Warriors. Looking for an open player. She heaves it. Goes to Mellegard. She's double teamed, and the Eagles promptly kick it out of play once again. So Harper Smith will try one more time. She slings that. Gets it in play to Peria. Over to Mellegard. And the Eagles once again happy to just kick it out of play. This time Smith gets it into Martinez. He boots a centering kick, but there's nobody home but Eagles players. They clear it up towards midfield, but once again, Adams gets it down. Actually, it was Lombardo gets it down the field for the Big Red. They stay on the attack. Kirsting on the right side. Gets it back to Duncan. She centers one. Eagles are there to stop it. Ball kicked high in the air. And the Eagles come up with it going the other way. Through pass this time over to Pills. Excuse me, that's Ficklin. Ficklin with a right-footed kick. Little ground ball to the goalie. That was Noelle Ficklin, the sophomore. I guess there's Noelle and there's Natalie Ficklin. They're both sophomores. Natalie's the one that's the leading goal scorer, one of the leading goal scorers. She had 7 goals and 4 assists last year. So the Eagles going the other way. Once again, they kick a through ball, far sidelines. And shot on goal from a long way. And one hopper scooped up by Madison. Madison looking solid in goal after giving up those 2 early goals in the first. All right, Dodson gets it ahead to Martinez. She's got a head of steam dribbling up on the far sidelines. She stops, tries to cross, get back to the midfield. Stolen away by the Eagles. Another through ball. Noelle Ficklin on her horse comes up with the ball. Right-footed shot. Hit the hands of the goalies, and it gets through. So Noelle Ficklin gets on the board for the Eagles. Noelle Ficklin really had some hot sauce on that kick there. Madison had her hand on it, but it just overpowered her and went into the goal. That's a 3-0 lead now for the Eagles. They have the ball now at midfield. Ficklin does a penetrating pass, but it's going to go off sides. Alyssa Adams will do the free kick for the Big Red. Senior gives it a little boot. Hits off a Vertias player. Adams comes up and gets it one more time. Centered by the Eagles. They go up the left sidelines over to Wagner, but she can't get it before it goes out of play. Leah Thomas tried to get the ball down on the left sideline too. Wagner, but just kicked it past her ability to get to it. Ficklin over to Thomas. Thomas goes up the right sideline. Eagle player tries to center it, goes off a Warrenton player out the end line. Eagles will have a corner kick coming up. Under 1 minute to go. So free kick to the right of Keelan Madison. Here comes the kick off of a Warrior player. Back to the Eagles. Long shot. And it goes into the back of the net. Sorry, I can't tell who scored that. It's so far away. Still trying to get the number. Looks like it might have been Tegan Ryan. All right. Under 30 seconds left to go here. Vertias with the ball one more time. That was Tegan Ryan on the goal there. And that's going to be the end of the first. So after 40 minutes here at Warrenton High School, Vertias Christian Academy, the Eagles lead the Warrenton Warriors 4-0. You're watching the Warrenton Sports Network. For nearly 80 years, one name has kept Warrenton and Montgomery County comfortable. Schreer Heating and Air Conditioning. From Omar Schreer's first furnaces in 1946 to today's cutting-edge Daikin systems, one thing has never changed: family taking care of family. What started with one truck and a few hundred neighbors has grown into generations of local folks serving dozens of Missouri communities with the same heart, the same pride, and the same commitment to treating your home like our own. Whether it's heat, air, or total home comfort, Schreer Heating and Air Conditioning is here for you. Because around here, comfort means community. Call Schreer Heating and Air Conditioning today. It's just how we do things around here. Looking for your dream home or the perfect rental? Discover it with Hunter Sake Investments. From charming townhomes to spacious single-family homes, we offer quality living in Warrenton and Montgomery County. Need commercial space? We've got retail and warehouse options in Jonesburg, plus the Jonesburg Party Center. Ideal. Champions aren't only made on the field or the court. At the Missouri Bank, we bring that same winning spirit to your finances. Since 1939, we've been an industry leader in community banking, combining cutting-edge technology with the hometown integrity Warren County Trust. As a valued member of our financial family, your goals come first. From fast, local loan decisions, often the same day, to online banking that lets you take care of business anytime, anywhere. We tailor our services for individuals and businesses alike. Big bank products, small town service, honest, loyal, and committed to protecting your financial future. The Missouri Bank, rooted in community, ready for tomorrow. On game day, it's all about teamwork, trust, and heart. At Main Street Real Estate, we bring that same spirit to every home journey. Whether you're buying, selling, or just exploring your options, our hometown team is with you every step of the way. We believe real estate isn't just a transaction, it's a life changing experience. That's why we stay in constant communication, deliver expert guidance, and work relentlessly to help you reach your goals. Main Street Real Estate, your home team from game day to closing day, proudly supporting Warrenton athletics and our community. On the court, it's all about strategy, precision, and execution. Off the court, same rules apply. At Servant Heating and Air Conditioning, we bring our A game to every home and business with custom solutions, expert installs, and a reputation for getting it right the first time. We're your home court advantage for year round comfort. Trusted across Warren County, we've got you covered. Home, business, or new construction. Servant Heating and Air Conditioning, where comfort wins every time. All right, we're headed to the second half. Eagles lead 4-0 behind goals from Tegan Ryan, Greer Vickers, Natalie Ficklin, and Noelle Ficklin. They've all scored here in the first half for the Eagles. Eagles will start the second half with possession of the ball. They're going to go left to right on your screen. Peria intercepts it for the Big Red deep in Vertias Academy, but Vertias fights back and gets the ball. Kicked out of play there by the Eagles. Throwing it in for the Warriors will be Maddie Hayes. Hayes kicks it off an Eagles player, goes out of play. Her overhead toss goes to Martinez and then gets by Martinez. Ficklin's going the other way. A little through pass to her sister. Ficklin on the right side. A little hesitation dribble. Crosses over. Back to her sister. Intercepted by the Warriors. And Ficklin has to circle back to get the ball. That's Natalie Ficklin. Gives it over to Vickers. Greer's the first name. Vickers the last name. Warriors kick it back to Ficklin. Eagles go up the left side. A little ping pong action there between the Eagles and the Warriors. Ficklin steadies it, reverses. Gets it to Ryan, but Martinez comes back. Steals it. Kicks it up the right sideline and it goes out of play. Overhead toss. Intended for Ficklin. She gets it before it goes out of play. Centers back to Vickers. Through ball for the Eagles. Ficklin comes up with it. And Madison kicks it away for the Warriors. Goalie comes out and gets it. Vickers comes back and circles back around with the dribble. And kicked out of play by the Warriors there. Crean inbounds it. Stolen by the Big Red. Ficklin circles back around and steals it back for the Eagles. They're on the attack. Well, through ball on the left side. Stopped there by the Big Reds, Lombardo. Ficklin reverses and turns to her right, gets it over to Vickers. She's marked by Martinez. Martinez forces her back. Vickers tries to kick a through ball, but the Big Red defense was there to stop that. Ryan with a through ball on the left side, but it goes out of play. A floater there from the Warriors, inbounds, and quickly goes out of play. Ball goes back to the Eagles. Eagles get the ball in play. Go back to Vickers in the middle. Stolen there by the Warriors. They get the ball up close to midfield. Vickers comes back and gets it. And the Warriors get possession. Leah Thomas gives it over to... that was Kersing. Ball goes off a play of Dotson. And the Eagles will inbound it from the near sideline. Get it into Vickers, but Dotson's there to steal it. Vickers comes back, fights back, and she's tripped. And she'll be awarded a free kick there. Ella Arnsmeyer with the free kick. Right foot up the sideline. Martinez got a leg on it, but Ryan comes down with it, kicks a penetrating pass through. Eagle player kicks it and goes out of play past the end line. Madison picks up the ball, sets it down now. Freshman keeper lines up her kick. And the left-footed boot goes out of play on the far sideline off of a Warrior player, so the Eagles will have possession. They toss it into Ficklin. Stolen there by Martinez, coming up the left side. And ball goes out of play on the near sidelines. Good hustle there by Rose Dodson, just couldn't get there in time. Eagles bounce it in. Duncan kicks it back into Eagle territory. Ficklin comes up with the ball, settles it. Marked by Dodson. She kicks it back to the defenseman, Pills. And the Eagles reverse it to the far sideline where it goes out of play. No, it does not. They come up the far sidelines now. Center it over to Ryan. And it's stolen there by the Warriors' Kirsting. The Eagles steal it right back. And a little hot potato between the two teams. Ryan comes up with the ball for the Eagles. He dribbles towards midfield. Kicks a through ball. Looks like Vickers kicks a right-footed shot right at Madison and blocks it, knocks it down, but the Eagles come up with it. Madison dives on the ball and saves a goal before Vickers could get her foot on the ball and score an open net. Good hustle there by Keelan Madison to stop that threat. All right, Dodson now with the ball in Eagles territory. She dribbles by one defender. Passes it over to on the right sideline. Eagles come up with the ball, kick it back towards midfield. Warriors intercept it. Come up the far sideline, and ball goes out of play. Eagles turn it over. Duncan gets it ahead. Kirsting over to Dodson. Intercepted by the Eagles. It's like Duncan on the far sideline for the Big Red. She stops, trying to put a shot on goal or centering pass. Goes off an Eagle player towards the far sidelines. They come up with the ball. Eagles are going the other way now. Harper Smith was able to stop that. Eagles try the right side now. Vickers comes up with the ball. Centers one. Over the head. And a shot on goal. Looks like the Eagles had a wide open goal, but the kick went over the crossbar out of play over the end line. So a good centering pass there by Vickers for the Eagles, but they couldn't convert that opportunity. All right, Madison now with the free kick, gets it up the field. Ficklin intercepts it for the Eagles. She circles back, reverses her territory. Now pressured by two Warriors. Goes back towards midfield. Eagles come up with the ball. And Ryan stops that threat for the Warriors. Goes to the near sideline and goes out of bounds. Warriors try to get the ball up the field, but it goes off of the Big Red and out of play. Eagles get the ball in quickly. Ball goes out of play off of the Big Red. Vickers has the ball stolen by Emery Martinez for the Big Red. Gets it over to Peria. Ficklin comes back and steals it from them. Does a through pass. And the Warriors are there to kick it out of play. Audrey Lombardo with a good defensive work there for the Warriors. Eagles have 4 different players coming into the game right now. That's an advantage they have over the Big Red, as they have a deeper bench. So far, we've only seen the Big Red make 1 substitution. They've got a couple players on the bench, but I believe they are either injured or sick, is what I've been told. So just playing with 1 substitution tonight. Eagles get the ball in play. Stolen there by the Big Red. Kicked out of bounds. They're going to say it went off the Big Red, but it looked like it went off the Christian or the Vertias player. Vickers inbounds it. Gets by their player and goes out of play off of Audrey Lombardo. So the Eagles will have a free corner kick to the right of the goalkeeper, Madison, for the Big Red. Madison comes in and knocks it out of play. It goes past the end line. We're going to try that all one more time. Vickers once again centers. Ball goes back to Vickers. She powers one off a Big Red player, goes out of play on the sidelines. Good defense there by the Warriors. Alyssa Adams. So Eagles lead 4-0. All the goals scored in the first half. 27 minutes left to go in the game. Vickers overhead pass. Pinballs off the players. Warriors come up with it. Duncan on the dribble. Does a through ball to Martinez. She's on her horse. She's got a chance here. Coming up the left side. Steadies the ball. Looks for somebody to pass. Nobody's there. Circles back. Reverses the ball to Duncan. Duncan tries to give it back to Martinez. A little give and go. But the Eagles are there to intercept. And they're headed the other way. Another through ball for the Eagles. With the Warriors, Harper Smith is there to stop that threat. Kicks the ball out of play on the far sidelines. Well, soft floater pass inbounds. Stolen by Duncan for the Big Red. She reverses her dribble. Comes up the far sidelines. Through ball once again. Perry races for the ball. And they're going to say it went off of bounds. But they haven't signaled who was out of play yet. Looks like it'll be the Warriors' ball. So Warriors deep in the Eagles' territory here. Martinez will handle the sideline duties. Coach Nenninger kind of directing traffic here on the free kick. Martinez boots it towards the middle, a little off the head of the Warrenton player. Hustle to the ball, goes to the Eagles. That was Kirsting for the Big Red trying to come up with that ball, but it went out of play. Eagles will have the sideline inbound duties here. Soft pass intercepted there by Kirsty. She is double teamed. Ball goes back to Dotson for the Big Red. Up ahead to 15 for the Warriors, but I don't have a 15 in the program. We'll try to get that corrected before the next game, but there's no 15 on the roster for the Big Red. Looks like the Warriors are going to make a substitution here. It's only the second substitution they've made so far tonight. And that's going to be Michaela Melligard checking in whenever she gets the referees to let her into the game. All right. Christian gets the ball into Vickers. Vertias coming up to the center of the field now. Stopped there nicely by Alyssa Adams. She kicks the ball deep into the Eagles' territory where their goalie, Addie Mueller, scoops it up and boots it back. Big right-footed high punt there from Mueller. Goes up to midfield. Warriors kick it ahead, and the Eagles are there once again to stop that threat. And they try a through pass, but there's plenty of Warrenton Warriors there to stop that threat. Looks like the little penalty called against Vertias. Warrenton kicks the ball up near midfield where it's intercepted. High kick from the Eagles. Nobody has control of the ball yet, going towards the Eagles' goal. Martinez settles the ball, stops. She's quickly marked by an Eagle player, and the Eagles come up with the ball, coming up the far sideline now. They're at midfield. Going up the far sideline. Martinez hustles back, kicks it off a Veritas player, and the ball goes out of play. Nice play by Martinez to put an end to that threat from the Eagles. Here comes Melligard into the game for the Warriors. Michaela Melligard is a sophomore forward for the Big Red. Warrenton throws the ball on bound. Melgard tries to come up with it, but stolen there by the Eagles. Warriors fight back. That's Emma Duncan. She comes up the right sideline, tries to get it to Martinez, but the Eagles are there to take it away and kick it back into Warrenton territory, and Warrenton returns the favor. The deep kick back into Eagles territory. Peria comes up with the ball. Allison Peria, but stolen there by the Eagles. They try to go up the right sideline. Warrenton's there to steal it. Fight for the loose ball. Ball goes back into Warrenton territory. Kirsting has the ball. Stolen by the Eagles. Loose ball goes off of the Eagles players. Now they're going to say went off the Big Red player. So Eagles will inbound it from the sidelines. A little toss in there from the Eagles. Vickers comes up the right sideline. Gets past the defender. She's bracketed covered. Tries to cross it. But stolen there by the Big Red. The Big Red Duncan coming up the field. Ficklin steals it, though, right back on her horse. Tries to do a little through pass. Warriors get it back to Ficklin. Ficklin dribbles up the left side. Stops. Tries to center another one. Madison with a diving save before the Eagles could get a foot on that ball and knock it into the goal. Great hustle by Keelan Madison here in the second half. She's pitching a shutout. Ball up near midfield. Duncan has a header. Kicks it through. Tries to get it to Martinez. taken away by Vertias, but Martinez fights back, comes up with the ball, dribbles towards midfield, goes up the left side. Kirsting had a chance, but the Eagles hustle back and steal the ball from Kirsting. Ball goes out of bounds up the sideline. Eagles bringing in 5 new players. Warriors bring in Matty Hayes, the senior defensiveman. All right, Warriors with an inbound on the near sideline. Looks like it's Kirsting will throw the inbounds pass. She heaves it forward, tries to get it to Peria, but the Eagles are there. Duncan comes up, kicks it towards the Eagles. Kirsting comes back. She settles the ball, and the Eagles finally get it going the other way. Come up the far sidelines. They kick a through ball. Warriors Lombardo hustles back and kicks it off of Eagles player. It goes out of play on the far sidelines. Just under 19 minutes left to go here in the second half. Vertias leads 4-0. All the 4 goals scored in the first half. Both teams pitching a shutout here in the second half. Season opener for both teams. Warriors bring the ball up near midfield. Duncan gets it over to Melligard. Melligard gets it, stops, cuts back to the right. Or that's Dotson, excuse me, that's Dotson. Stolen there by the Eagles, right near midfield. They try a through pass. Warriors knock it down. Ficklin comes up with it, though. Gets it over to Ryan. Eagles come up the left side of the field. And they're going to say they were offsides. That was Noelle Ficklin. She scored with 2:37 left to go in the first half for the 4th goal. First goal of the game was scored by her sister, Natalie Ficklin. All right, Big Red of the free kick now. Get it up close to midfield, but the Eagles intercepted. Both teams kick it back and forth. Nobody gets the advantage yet. Dotson comes back for the Warriors. Ficklin for the Eagles. Warriors come up the left sidelines. That's Kirsting. And goes off an Eagle player. Kirsting gives it over to Matty Hayes. Back to Kirsting. That's back to Peria. Ball off of Peria. Goes out of play. Eagles will have the ball on the near sideline here. That's Ava Groening with the long driving pass forward. Stopped there by the Warriors. Intercepted by the Eagles, though. Leah Thomas on the right side. Boots it. Madison with a two-handed save. Knocks that down. Ball goes over on the left side. The threat's not over yet. Thomas back in the center. She steadies it. Looked like she was going to give it a whack, and then she just kind of tapped it forward. Madison comes out of the goal to scoop that up on a little diving roll. Like I said, we've seen good effort from the goalie, Keely Madison, here in the second half. Defense for the Big Red also playing a hand in that. Better, no scoring so far. Martinez coming up the far sideline for the Big Red. She's got a lot of speed and quickness. She tries to reverse, but the Eagle player is there to steal it away from her. Martinez is still battling back, comes back and gets the ball. Gets it back to Melligard. But the Eagles kick it out of play. Warriors will have the ball on the far sideline. Tossed in play. Eagles are there to intercept it. A through ball to Ficklin. She battles a Warrior player, comes up with the ball. Noelle Ficklin stops, pivots backwards. Good defense from the Big Red. Ficklin tries to center one. Right-footed kick blocked by a Warrior. Another right-footed kick from deep out, probably about 15 yards out, goes out of play to the right of the goal. Madison puts the ball down. Freshman keeper kicks it over to her left, coming up the sideline. Eagles go back towards midfield. Peria fights for the Warriors. Duncan intercepts it. The Warriors coming up the left side. She's got Kirsting. Duncan called for the through ball, but Kirsting was intercepted there. Now Lombardo kicks it deep, but too deep. And the Eagles will let it go out of play on the sidelines. Ava Groening will do the free toss in here. Groening, a sophomore. Two-hand overhead toss. Intercepted by Duncan. Eagles kick it out of play. Warriors will have the toss in from the sideline. They get the ball in to Dotson. Stolen there by the Eagles. They're headed the other way. Got the ball in the middle of the field coming up towards midfield now. Go to the right side. And they're going to say it went off Maddie Hayes, so the Eagles will have the ball on the sideline. Eagles toss it in play. Substitution for the Big Red coming into the game is number 15. As I said earlier, we don't have a name for number 15 in the program, so try to get that corrected for the next game. Out of the game goes Alyssa Adams. Fight for the loose ball on the near sideline goes off Kirsting. Eagles will toss it in bounds. Goes to Ficklin. Back to Groening, who boots it towards the middle. Warriors come up with it on the near sideline, going the other way. Kirsting stops. Well, give and go there with Dotson. Kirsting up the near sideline. Ava Groening steals it for the Eagles. Dotson comes back for the Warriors. And kick the ball towards the middle where Emma Duncan's there for the Big Red. She goes up the far sideline. Tries to get it to Mellegard. But the ball sails just out of her reach, going out of bounds on the far sidelines. Eagles get the ball back into play. Get the ball in the middle of the field. They're headed up towards midfield now. Through ball. Ficklin tries to get it. Warriors are able to stop that threat, kick it out of play. Actually, they're going to say it went off the Eagle player out of play. So Warriors will have possession up the far sideline. Eagles are getting ready to bring 4 new players in. Dotson does a good job stealing the ball for the Big Red, gets it up near midfield, but the Eagles come back and steal it from her. Through ball to Ficklin, they're going to say it's offsides. Ficklin had a head of steam and was looking at the goal, but referee whistled her offsides. Ball stolen by the Eagles. Ryan tries to go up the left side. Warriors intercept it. Get the ball up to Mellegard. And the ball sails out of bounds on the far sideline. Substitution, Adams comes back in for the Big Red. For the Eagles, looks like Vickers back in, Sewer back in, and Ficklin might have come back in, I believe. Looks like Natalie Ficklin comes in. They take Noelle Ficklin out. Both have scored goals tonight. Warriors have the ball on the far sideline. Duncan fighting for it. Eagles come up with it. Vickers going the other way near midfield. Adams marks her. Does a good job of causing Vickers to retreat. Ball goes out of play on the near sidelines. Ava Groening sails the pass off the turf over to Vickers. Intercepted there by the Big Red. Goes off of Dotson and out of play. This time Groening bounces another one in. Dotson's there to intercept it. Tries to get it to Peria, but Groening intercepts it. Martinez fights for the ball. Taken away by the Eagles. Ooh, the Eagles had a chance there, but a good job by Alyssa Adams to stop that, steady that ball, and keep the Eagles out of the offensive threat. Now they're coming up the left side. Adams over there trying to stop that threat, but the Eagles showing a little speed. They bring the ball back towards the middle. Poked away there by Dotson. Ficklin comes back for the Eagles. Stops, spins, retreats now. Eagles split the middle, right down the middle. They got a shot attempt, and they score. Vickers with the assist. Trying to see who scored. Their numbers are so small on the Vertias uniforms, and then, of course, the ponytails are blocking the numbers as well. Looks like no, it wasn't. Got an injured Warrior coming out of the game. Audrey Lombardo limping a little bit. That was Caroline Wagner who scored that goal. Finally got her to face the press box, and we could see who scored that goal. Caroline Wagner scored. That's the lone goal here in the second half. All right, Vickers comes up with the ball. Gets it over to Wagner. And she tries to go through ball, but the Eagles are offsides. Try to get it to Sewer, but she was ruled offsides. Harper Smith now with the free kick for the Big Red. Gets it up to Emma Duncan, who steadies the ball. Vickers tries to steal it back. Perry is there to mark her. Vickers does get it through now. And Big Red defenseman comes up, stops that threat. Warriors on attack. Martinez on the right side. Gives it a boot. Oh, and it just sails wide of the goal. What a fabulous attempt there by sophomore Emery Martinez. The leading returning scorer for the Warriors just missed the left post. Looked like it had gotten by the goalie, Eddie Morrell. Eagles bring the ball up. Martinez intercepts it. Turns, gives it to Duncan. Back to Martinez. She dribbles by 2 Eagle players. They go up the right side. And ball is going to slowly roll out of play. No, it's still in play now. It goes out of bounds. Big Red will have the ball on the sideline. Martinez will inbound it. Puts a little run, a little floater pass. Ball pinballs around. Duncan comes up with it. She gives it a boot, but it goes off of an Eagle player. Blocks that shot. Ball goes up the field now. Christian going the other way. Vertias coming up the left sideline. Warriors put a stop to that threat. Come up the right sideline and they kick it out of play. Big Red get the ball up to Emery Martinez near midfield on the far sideline. She tries to kick it through and pass them. She comes up with the ball. A speedy Martinez comes up, gets it, kicks it back to Dotson. Dotson steadies it, dribbles past Ficklin, and a defender for the Eagles clears the ball up. Warriors kick it back deep into the Eagles' territory. Looks like there's a Warrior player down, an injured Warrior player. Referee stops the game. And the good news is the injured Warrior player is up on her feet now. Looks like that's sophomore midfielder Rose Dotson. She's up on her feet and she's limping off. Trainer's cart comes out and gets her. She was able to walk off under her own powers. The good news. Hopefully she's okay and just needs a little time to get some ice on that injured leg of hers. So the Warriors bring in Addison Horn to take Dotson's place. All right, 5-0 lead for the Eagles. Under 5 minutes left to go here in the ball game. Martinez with the ball now for the Big Red. Dribbling up the far sideline. She stops, circles back, reverses her territory one more time. Tries to center it. Eagles are there to stop that threat. And they're coming up the far sideline now. Vickers dribbles back towards the middle. Through pass. Adams tries to stop it. And looks like Lombardo comes up with the ball. Or was that Maddie Hayes? So ball goes out of bounds off the Big Red. Warriors, or the Eagles, will have the inbounds duties. That's Groening. She tosses it into Vickers. Vickers back to Groening. Groening tries to get it to Ficklin, but it goes ball back to Groening. She reverses. Eagles content to run a little time off. They revert back into their own territory. Groening on the near sideline now. Changes direction, gets it up to Vickers. Stolen there by Hayes for the Big Red. They get it back to Vickers. She's got a little path to the goal here on the right sideline. Uses her speed. She boots it, and it goes just to the left of the goal. Vickers looking for her second goal of the night. She's got 2 assists and a goal already. And she was the Eagles' leading scorer last year with 8 goals and 3 assists. So she's off to a good start here in game number 1 of the season. Warriors coming up the far sideline. Martinez fights for the ball. Ball goes out of play off of Martinez. Eagles toss it in quickly. Eagles got the attack going, a little 3 on nobody. Oh, and Madison does a great job getting a leg on the shot and stops that attempt. Great save by the freshman, Keelan Madison. Vertias had 3 on 0. And Madison did a great job to get her right leg on that and deflect it, and the ball went out of play past the end line, so the Eagles will have a corner kick. Minute and a half left to go. Centering kick. Ball pinballs around, and the Warriors clear it. Duncan comes up with the ball. Goes up the right sideline, ball intended for Emery Martinez. Sails out of play. Vertias gets the ball in quickly. And Duncan comes up with a loose ball. Gets it up towards midfield, where Vertias kicks it out of play on the far sidelines. Warrenton will have the ball. 40 seconds left on the clock. Warriors come up the far sideline. Martinez has the ball, settles it, circles back around. Stolen there by Vertias. Vickers through ball. Eagles are close to being offsides. No call. Shot on goal, and Madison floats to her left and jumps up and grabs that. Keelan Madison showing major improvements here in the second half. Saw the coach working with her at halftime. And that's the ball game. Your final score here at Warrenton High School is the Vertias Christian Academy Eagles 5, the Big Red 0. So let's run down the scoring for each team and take a look at the star player for each team for tonight's game. So the Eagles had goals scored by Tegan Ryan, Greer Vickers, Caroline Wagner, Natalie Ficklin, and Noelle Ficklin. Of course, the Big Red were scoreless, but they were led by Emma Duncan. She had a solid game in midfield for the Big Red. Looking ahead, Vertias' next game will be Wednesday, March 25th, when they will play a home match versus the Wright City Wildcats, while the Big Red soccer team will take the pitch Friday, March 27th, as they travel to Sullivan. Our next live stream on the Warrenton Sports Network will be Thursday, March 26th, when the boys volleyball team will battle Orchard Farm. Once again, the final score here at Warrenton High School, Vertias 5, Warrenton 0. For our crew, our sponsors, and the entire Warrior community, this is Keith Brown saying thanks for spending part of your night with us. We'll see you next time on the Warrenton Sports Network, your home for hometown sports. Go Big Red.